Here's the issue. This GE dishwasher, every time it runs, you get just a little bit of water right out front. So what we're going to do today is change the seal on the bottom of the door. So as you can see, there are side seals, but they stop, and then there is a seal on the bottom side of the door right here, and that's what we're going to attempt to change today. The first thing we're going to do is turn off the circuit breaker for the dishwasher. This way it can't accidentally start while we're working on it. I don't plan on unwiring anything. I've seen other videos made where people totally took the dishwasher out, unwired it, unplumbed it, pulled it out, took the door off. We're going to see if this can be done with a little less disassembly, so we'll see how this goes. But we do want to turn the circuit breaker off. The next thing I want to do is pull the dishwasher out just enough that I can work on the door. Most dishwashers have two Phillips screws usually, attaching them to the underside of the counter. If you have a wood counter, those screws just go right into the wood or laminate. If you have some sort of stone like we have here, there is a strip that's attached by your installer, and then the screws go into that strip. It's a little bit difficult to hold a camera and a screwdriver at the same time, but we got her done. Now we should be able to slide the dishwasher out, maybe. Sometimes you'll have to take this kick plate off and run the legs up a little bit, especially if your floor doesn't continue all the way under the dishwasher. Let's give us a little tug. Oh yeah. This one's coming right out. Just pull on the handle, wiggling back and forth a little. So I think that's good. Next, I will take the little tension rope. This is on a spring that helps support the weight. You know, so you can see the spring. Well, there's a spring back there. Anyway, with the door closed, so the least amount of tension's on it, I should be able to just pull this up and over that hook. Yep, we'll do both sides. Just change hands here. Up and over. Wiggle it a little bit. Okay. Now be very careful when you open the door, because it will be a lot heavier since we don't have those springs supporting any of the weight. So I'm gonna open it up. I'll show you down here that that should pull right out of that slot, and the door should be free except for any wiring, which I'm sure there's a wire. We'll see. Okay, now open the door slightly and try to pull the door up out of the hinge. It's a little bit heavy, but not too bad. I'm doing it with one hand. I have to lay the phone down for a second. Okay, now that I pulled it out, there is a wiring harness, obviously, to go to these lights and buttons up here on the door. We will lay the door down. See how we disconnect the wires. Oh, easy. We'll just unhook it here, take some tension off of it. All right, that's good. We shouldn't have to actually undo any wires. Okay, it turns out on this dishwasher, you don't have to take the hinge off because the seal doesn't slide out. It's actually fastened with pop rivets. So these would be stainless steel pop rivets. So what we'll do is we'll drill these out. Usually you get an 1/8 inch drill bit, and we'll show you, drill right through there. Take off the old one, put on the new one, put new pop rivets in. And we'll continue till we get all the rivets out. Okay, now that I have all of the rivets out and the old nasty gasket off, we'll open up the new one. This is a genuine replacement part. We got it on Amazon. Wasn't too expensive. So anyway, we'll take that out and see how we put it on. What I'm going to do is kind of center this up end to end where I've got about the same amount of overhang. Gonna kind of line it up here. Then I'm going to drill some holes in this gasket to match the holes where the pop rivets go. Then I'm probably gonna apply a thin layer of silicone to this side just for good measure. It's not required, but I think it probably could help. Okay, I've got all my holes drilled. Got a little silicone run down on the contact surface. Now I'm gonna fit it up and put in the rivets. Here's what it looks like once the seal is all pop riveted in. Sealing surface is actually back up under here. That seals against this surface here. So this doesn't really matter that much. It's this under here that is what holds the water out. So we'll put it back together. Going to put my wire back in the holder there. Then I'm going to pick it up and set the hinges down into the slots. Alright, I've got both hinges into the slot. Now I'm going to let it probably close it. I'm going to try to fasten these ropes back up. They are spring loaded. I'll have to pull it and just hook it up around there. This hinge is back up in the proper, or this lift assist is back up in the proper spot. Go to this side. Oh, we've come off the spring. And the spring came off the other end. Okay. Well, at least now you see there is a spring. That goes on there and that hooks back there. We'll find out where that goes. Alright, I've got the spring back where it goes there. Now we'll just pull it around this pulley and slide it one-handed. I have pushed the dishwasher back into its cubby, centered it up. I've put the mounting screws back in place. Now we're ready to turn the breaker back on. I've turned the circuit breaker back on. The dishwasher seems to be powered up. We'll go ahead and start a cycle, even though there's hardly anything in there, and we'll see how it did. We are well into the cycle, and the floor is dry, so I would call that a successful repair.